Hello, my name is Jenny. It's been a while since I've been here. I started using a traveler's notebook and I finally figured out how I use it. So I wanted to, well, not how I use it, but how I can get the most out of having everything in here and how I actually enjoy the process now. And it actually, all right, let me start over again. Blah, 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 blah. Hello, my name is Jenny. Today I'm going to show you how I set up my traveler's notebook standard size. I've had this for about a year, but I only started using it every day in September because I figured out how I wanted to set everything up, and I'm getting so much use out of it now. I know you're used to seeing my digital journals, and I'm tilting it so I don't catch the light, but really what it is that my kids copy what I do. And so if mommy's on the iPad all the time, kids want to be on iPad all the time. And I want to nurture an analog space wherever I can. So this will be the overview of my traveler's notebook. This is the only planner I use, with the exception of this, which I'll get into later. But this is the only planner I use, and honestly, it's been so amazing for my mental health and just keeping everything together in my life. So let's get started. And apologies, it's been a really long time since I have recorded a YouTube video or even talked out loud for more than 10 minutes at a time. So we'll see how this goes. I'll try to make it not too chatty. But I do enjoy chatty videos. So maybe let's aim for somewhere in the middle. Okay, the Traveler's Notebook standard size Camel. I don't know how other people keep it so nicely patinaed. Mine looks like it was patinaed by my children's hands, which is, charming in and of itself, right? Okay, so in here, I have 4 inserts, which may or may not end up staying the same way, and I'll show you why. But anyway, first insert is the weekly undated. Now, I wasn't sure I would use this because I was like, well, I keep all of my stuff in my calendar. Why on earth would I need to do it again in analog fashion? But I find that actually taking the time to plan for next week in this journal helps me see what's coming up and what events I have, what things I need to do. All the stuff for the kids that I usually forget is now in here, which is like a huge win for me because there's so many things to remember for them. So yes, the weekly, which I will go through in more depth in a little bit. Around the weekly, I have wrapped my some cute photos that I printed out, cards that I never used to carry, and now I do because I always have my planner on me. I don't always have my wallet on me. So yeah, driver's license. If I get pulled over, hey, I have my driver's license now. And I actually have physical credit cards and debit cards. Very impressive for me. Insurance cards, stuff like that, and more photos of kids and friends, which is great. And then around all of that, I have the Kraft folder, which is honestly getting a little junky right now. These are like medical forms that I need for my kid, and I'll probably need to blur that out. Whoops, my bad. I have their Christmas lists that they've been making since, April of this year, because my kids are little consumers, for better or for worse. I carry stickers in here. But yeah, it's getting a little bulky. I need to figure that out. I did just get this sticker release insert, which I will probably use for all the stickers to keep them organized, but that's whatever. I keep scrap paper in here for places to just doodle or fix my fountain pen issues. This I don't need anymore. I don't know what that is. Okay, so, and then the second insert I have, wait, let's rewind a little bit there. I keep cash in the back because mommies need cash for the Tooth Fairy. Tooth Fairy dishes out $5 now. It's like a big deal. And some stickers I made the other day. Really excited to have a printer again, but that's, irrelevant. Anyway, now I have a cheapy pen loop here. I don't super love this, but it does keep my favorite fountain pen in there pretty well. And I will come up with another solution eventually. It works for now. It's starting to fray, but it's fine. Then I have my journal, and don't worry, I've already blocked out all the sensitive stuff in here that I don't want you to see, but I keep a daily journal. It's been really amazing for my creativity just to be able to get in here, and if I only hand letter the day, that's great. But if I end up drawing more, it can be really fun too. The third one I have is what I call the bullet journal / commonplace / whatever. And this is where I put all the notes that I want to keep and trackers and stuff like that, that I don't necessarily want in my journal because I like to have it in one place here. It's been a really nice way to divide this up in terms of having my journal in one place. My, like, what are they called? Category pages? No, they are called... Well, in the bullet journal method, it starts with a C, I'm pretty sure, but it's, collection pages. That's right, collection pages. All the collection pages in here has been really nice. And then it's not interrupted with my daily tasks that I keep in the weekly planner, so that's cool too. And then the last one, which I kind of am not doing great at, I bought this monthly undated, or I think it's called the free dated planner for Traveler's Notebook. And I use this in a couple of different ways and just kind of failed at it. So I first used it as a regular old calendar, and then I found that I never looked at it because I have my phone calendar and that's great. Tried again, didn't super work out really well. And then I was like, hey, October, let's do something where I just do a visual tracker of things that I'm grateful for. So it kind of works. I forget days at a time, but it's okay. But it's also really nice to see all these hearts in one place. I mean, it's just for like a quick mental thing. You see like all these hearts and you're like, oh yeah, I have a lot to be grateful for. Obviously fell off. Today's the 27th, and fell off a little bit. But yeah, I try to keep that up to date. And, you know, who knows how I will use the rest of this. Ew, is that a bug? No. Okay. Who knows how I will continue to use this, and this may actually not end up staying in here because I think it would be better bedside for me, but that's neither here nor there. So cool. Well, that wasn't too long. Let me go through a little bit detail. So, okay, this is the free weekly. My kids love to test my fountain pens, which I love. This is where I keep all the things that is going on. I will put events and milestones on the left, and I will put kind of like the daily log-esque stuff on the right. And this works really well because I was getting so tired of, in the regular bullet journal method, writing something down and then writing it down for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And I would just keep forwarding it all the way down the page or all the way into each day. And I found that rewriting it didn't really work for me. I do go back and end up checking most things off, as you'll see. And having this in one long list is really cool. Having the slightly darker line to divide out days is really cool. And keep track of stuff like when the dog's sick or if I'm sick, etc. I was keeping track of books when I was on a really big reading spree there, so that was fun. Found the one pair of jeans that fit me, so I wanted to like commemorate that, so that was fun. Nothing too exciting here. Just a fun place to try out different lettering styles, to have notes for therapy sessions here if I want to be able to kind of plan ahead a little bit, and I'm like, oh hey, I'm here, but I know I have my therapist next week, so I can do stuff there. If I feel so compelled to track food, I will do that, but I am no longer doing that because it causes more stress than it's worth. I'll tape in some things that I needed. This was an IKEA spare parts thing that I needed all the parts for that we lost. And stickers, fun stickers that I get that I don't necessarily want in my journal, which I consider to be more permanent. I'm actually thinking of this insert as a trash insert. Who knows if I will actually go ahead and trash it, we will see, but that's how I'm thinking of this. Like, these are things that I don't need to go back to ever again. I started doing a little bit of daily tracking in here that will be separate from the tracker that I'll show you later, but just trying to watch what I'm eating. Trying to watch what I eat, rather, and making sure that I'm doing something creative every day, even if it's like drawing a stupid little flower. Sorry, I shouldn't say stupid flower. It's a very beautiful purple flower. Anyway, So continuing on, I love putting in drawings that my kids do. Both of my kids love to draw. It's so sweet. So here I am at this week. Accidentally skipped a couple pages, but whatever, neither here nor there. And you'll see that I have a lot of pages left, and that feels really good. To have all this space left where I could plan it out ahead of time if I wanted to is great. But what I traditionally do is just go 1 week at a time, plan next week, check it off on a Sunday. And then I'm like, I feel really good and everything's up to date. Okay. This is my personal journal. And I decided a long time ago when I started to do this and started sharing some photos on Instagram is that I would use this as more of a positivity journal. And any sort of processing that I wanted to do on my own, I would stay with day one, which I use on my Mac or my iPad because it's, I type faster than I write, so it ends up being more of a stream of consciousness dump, etc. But I really like this for slowing down, appreciating the good things, and also just kind of processing the day-to-day. I have covered both of these inserts that I have had so far in this planner with chocolate bar wrappers, because why not? It's adorable. And yeah, I did a flip through on my Instagram a while ago. Anyhow, so we're adults. When did that happen? And how do we make it stop? Grey's Anatomy, season 1, episode 5. I mean, if that doesn't summarize everything, what does? So this is 0.5 millimeter dot grid. And I have my eye on a few different other notebooks that I feel like would be better for my handwriting size, but I wanted to try to just use it anyway because I had it. I didn't want to waste it. Anything that you're not going to be able to see that I didn't want you to see is already covered up, so we're good. Okay. So yeah, pretty much just whatever journaling in here. I like to put in some ephemera if I have it. I'm not a huge ephemera collector. I will only insert something if I feel like it is meaningful to me. And yeah, I don't know. This is a bagel receipt because bagels are cool from New York. Some fun stickers that a friend put on a birthday card for me that I wanted to keep, so I just transferred them over here. My birthday ice cream treat. And I put pictures of the kids. I usually cover that up. I missed that one, my bad, but it's tiny. Put some washi tape. You'll see I don't go through and really decorate the pages. It's not really my style. I'll put stuff in when it makes sense, but otherwise we'll just journal. And I really like that. It takes away the friction that was otherwise there for me, or that can otherwise be there for me. And I can just get in here and just start writing with one pen. And this is pretty much the only writing pen I use now. And I love it. It is so good once I figured out how to use it properly. So there's that. This, by the way, is a pencil board. I put it behind whatever page I'm writing on so that the previous page doesn't transfer. So you'll see I put some crappy lettering in here just to have some things that stand out a little bit more. This was something my 5-year-old drew that I loved. Some embarrassing stuff back here. Yeah. Okay. So I'll transfer some quotes in here, just a place to kind of stretch creativity without judgment, which has been really good for me. My kids are 8 and 5, and I feel like I lost a bit of myself, as I'm sure many mothers do when they have children. But it's just nice to be able to kind of stretch my wings again and feel good about that. So yeah, no, this is my favorite way to decompress if I'm feeling overwhelmed. I have a weighted eye mask, AirPod Maxes, or whatever they're called, the big Apple headphones, a weighted blanket, and I'm listening to a meditation that put me to sleep. That was my favorite day. Some drawings and stuff, just mostly silliness, nothing really serious that I journal about, but it feels good. I really enjoyed to this day because I found this planner, and well, she's mainly an artist, but she's also a planner, so I was really excited that I wanted to kind of celebrate finding your people and finding people who are aligned with what you do or what you want to do. So she's very much kind of an expander for me. I love all these little drawings that my older son did. They're super cute, and I told him he could be a sticker designer one day, and he got really excited about that. Yeah, I mean, I try to keep it light, except for when it's not. Anyway, and just keep going. So yeah, I love doodling in here. I love kawaii stuff. I don't draw it enough. I'm trying to draw it more. And here is where we are today. So yeah, what I would do is kind of put this on the back edge of the page where I am journaling, and use this gold Penco clip here to stuff it down. And I do have another clip somewhere in my possession that holds down this side, but if you give it a good bend back, it will also stay down by itself, which is cool. So I only have a couple pages left. That reminds me, I have, pardon me while I go off camera, but I do have this insert from Sterling Ink, which I plan to use as my new journal. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, it's much thicker than a traveler's notebook insert, brand new. So I'm not sure how it's going to fit in there, but we'll see. That's why that fourth one might go away. Anyhow, so this is my bullet journal / Commonplace, the collection thing that I was talking about before. Fun fact, the word kitchen used to be here underneath this, but I spelled it wrong, so I just covered it up with something else. Go with it. So I really like having a tracker in here where I track the calendar days, the days of my cycle, my period, my mood, general notes, my health notes, and highlight of the day. So you'll see a lot of themes there in terms of tracking things that I'm grateful for, things that were awesome. And then I have a habit tracker. My general habits since September have been like journal, reading, meditation, movement, and things like that. So not surprising, the stationery wish list is up here, really close to the front of this notebook. And I think that's probably one of the things that I transfer over pretty often. Blotter paper I just found today, and I'm so excited because I tend to close my notebook too fast, which leaves all these like weird dots all over the place. And yeah, and I also got a sticker paper book, which I already showed you. So yeah, I used to keep a Chris list. I should mention that my husband and I have this system where we talk every night, and if I have something to tell him, I'll just put it off to the right, and then when we have our meeting, per se, it's not really a meeting, but we just sit there and talk to each other, I make sure to kind of go through all the things that I needed to talk to him about through the day that way. So it's been really helpful. These are rather sensitive topics, so I'm going to skip those. I don't want to get into trouble with anything. Was attempting to maintain my my health here, but that didn't quite work out, as you can see. Anyway, I take book notes in here. I really enjoy taking book notes analog because it ends up being a better way for me to process things. I'm less likely to copy down the entire quote and more likely to sum it up in my own words, which works really well. And then I'm more likely to go back and thumb through a notebook like this and read the notes that pertained to me or that I thought were really interesting. How to be an imperfectionist. Didn't work overnight, big surprise. Women Who Run with the Wolves. I'll write down some fun like fiction quotes here or really just messages that to take away from it. This was so good. Creative Act, and then my dog ate the book, so that was a thing. Another habit tracker. I wanted to start kind of highlighting my exercise. You can see it's pretty sparse, but that way I can just at a glance see how often I was exercising and how well I was exercising. Anyhow. More book notes. This was a little dress that my 5-year-old made for me, so I decided to put it in a Peppa Pig. Gift ideas. This is really nice to be able to go through. If you are my husband or my children and you're looking at this, just try to ignore it. And if you're watching my videos and you're my kid, you probably shouldn't be. Okay, my kids love drawing in here. Cool. Post ideas. This actually will get transferred over to my business planner eventually, but that's later. This is my 2024 book list. I did this pretty recently and it was silly because I knew that I had more than 36 fiction books, but anyway, it goes over to here. And I'm currently reading a Chuck Palahniuk book, but anyway, I didn't put it there. But I do like having it here. It makes it really easy for me to say, if someone says, I need a book recommendation, I can easily go and scan for the 5 and 4-star ratings and then see which ones they might like, which is great. If you hear my dog crying in the background, I apologize. So yeah, really like seeing this in this very organized format. I went and did some official, no, go away. Go away, girl. I went and did some official book reviews here, which felt really good to do. It was like a mini book report for myself, like for no other reason than to just do it for fun. So it was kind of nice, and didn't keep up with it, but it is what it is. Book notes, figuring out kind of my art and business journal, which is over there, and how I would use it, tips from various YouTubers and such. That was cool. Yeah, just random notes, business ideas that my husband and I were jamming on in a car ride once. Yeah, you'll see the habits changed a little bit month to month, but that's it. Went to this awesome meditation class, took notes there with this, so it was just really cool. Random notes, meditation notes, and that is that. So I'm almost done with this too. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do. I might actually end up using like I don't know, half or 2/3 of this for my journal, and then using the last third for my bullet journal, but we'll see. I'm not sure, but I need to make that decision pretty soon. And that's really it. Yeah, again, this is my, what's it called? Gratitude tracker that I have not been keeping up with. But that is that. Anyway, I hope you found this helpful, or at least entertaining or something. If you'd like to see more videos like this, let me know. If you never want to see a video like this again, you can keep that to yourself. Thanks. I hope you're doing well, and I'll talk to you later.